three topics we're going to go over today as it relates to this offense. And first and foremost, the three are wide receiver, O-line, and running back game. A lot of people got a lot of things on their heart, soul, and sinew in their mind about this wide receiver situation. I would tell you guys right now, for sure, I'm cool with CeeDee Lamb. I'm cool with CeeDee Lamb. I'm cool with CeeDee Lamb. All right? So we can take that and move that to the shelf, right? Now, Brandon Cooks and my guy Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, to a degree, the guy we just drafted, Ryan Flo, I'm just going to call him Flo. And, of course, they just signed a new guy who was phenomenal last year as it relates to being able to show up in Oxnard. His name is Tyron Billy Johnson. He's quick, he's fast, he's elusive. I like his skill set. He just got to get more and more playing time. And on top of that, he got to showcase it during a preseason game a little bit more, right? We just need to see a little bit more from him. And the number one thing would be is who is going to fill in that spot, that voided area that Michael Gallop left, right? We all know that Jalen Tolbert's supposed to be that dude, but we saw more from Jalen Brooks last season, right? So now when it get down to Oxnard, I'm looking to see whether or not who can stand tall. And then look, I'm saying all of this and I left out Kevontae Turpin, who we can say to ourselves, given the opportunity, man, that kid shined last season. We were saying even his very, very first year with the Cowboys, give him more chances, give him more and more opportunities, and he can show you something. Don't look at his size, just look at the mindset that the kid brings to the table, right? So even with him, it could be a great situation for us. Now, here's what I want to say. I love the competition aspect of it, and then on top of that, with Kevontae Turpin, with the new kickoff and rules and everything, he should get more of the shine, believe it or not. But let's get back to the just wide receiver conversation. I didn't know it was going to be this long, baby. I didn't know it was going to be this long, but I'm going to tell you, when you get into the mindset that CeeDee Lamb is your de facto number one, who would be our de facto number two? I look at it last year like this. Even though Brandon Cooks, by namesake, he should have been a number two wide receiver, but he played more like a number three. Michael Gallup, when he was here, he was more of the number three, number four type guy, right? Turpin, he was more of the gadget guy, right? Tolbert, he was more of the number three or number four guy. And on top of that, Jalen Brooks, more of a number three, number four guy. So what I was looking at it by sure facts alone, that CD was the true number one and everybody else was threes or four. The only person that we can count on and lean on in those tight, squeezable moments was Jake Ferguson, who stood tall, right? And he's from the tight end room. So what I'm saying is banging on the table is that we need, and I'm going to say this, NEED, a phenomenal year from Brandon Cooks. He's getting $10 million. I get it. He's the veteran guy. Everywhere he's been, he had 1,000 yards. Last season was one of his, by far, mid-years that he ever had, you know. So if he can't turn it up, then Jalen Tolbert, we drafted you in the third round, and that's an early pick for a reason, and I need Jalen to stand tall, right? We all need him to stand tall. So that's what I'm going to say with that. So that's why when we go into a training camp, I will be looking for someone to fill in that Michael Gallup role. And to be fair and to be real, bump that, I'm looking for someone to take over Brandon Cook's spot. I'm looking for someone to be a true number two wide receiver, organically speaking, because the Cowboys don't go out there and wheel and deal and go and get other guys. And I said all of this to leave out Martavis Bryant. You see how deep we got? We got so many people, man. We got a lot of people. So Martavis Bryant, see if he can stand tall and do something. And we'll be looking. We'll be waiting. All right, so back to the other situation. The O-line for your mind. That's our second one that we're going to talk about. Granted, Tyler Guyton, I think that he's look, they came out and said he's going to be the starter. I think that he will be the starter now. Upon further review, he will be your starter, right? And then you have Tyler Smith that's going to be to the right of him. And then to the right of Tyler Smith, there's going to be a fight for that spot. You got Brock Hoffman, you got then TJ Bass, and then you got Cooper Beebe. Break the pool stick, let them boys fight it out, and I can't wait. I think that all of the glowing reports that we get from BB, ultimately, he's going to win out at that center spot. Man, and you talking about a nasty attitude with a mindset to lay all over you once they pancake you and smother you with the belly and arms and legs and just land all over you. You got to love Cooper BB. And then to the right of him, you got Zach Martin, who had a slow start last season, right? And even when he had a slow start, he was still considered one of the best, right? And then Terrence Steele, we already know. I'm not finna call him Terrence Aluminum, right? And we definitely not going to call him Terrence Steele Reserve anymore. I just think that he had a slow start due to that recovery. In Cowboys land, we want everybody to be the same, regardless of whether or not they was injured the previous year or not, right? So with that being said, my ultimate goal with this offensive line is to not see Chuma Edoka, to not see Matt Let's-Go and Joshua Ball, who they said both of those boys, Let's-Go and Ball, I heard a little news saying that they're going to try to kick them down inside. Here's my thing. My underdog in this whole fight with this offensive line for your mind is Awesome Richards. I think that he got some good stuff to him. You can't find bad tape. And people to say, hey, man, in North Carolina, all I can say is you look back in 2 seasons that he was there, he didn't allow a single sack even in college. So he may just be the secret specialized weapon, right, for us, if he's going to be that swing tackle, and if he can provide just a little pressure to Tyler Guyton, because I don't want nothing given to the brother for free, even though he's a rookie in the first round draft pick. I want Tyler Guyton to fight for that spot. Yeah, fight for it. All right, last but not least is the running back room. Whew, I don't know if I can get this out, and so because I've been talking long, which I'm trying to get it within 10 minutes here. So let me see if I can just break this down. Ezekiel Elliott, hammer. Royce Freeman, hammer. Snoop, not dog, but Connor, hammer. You got hammers now. Last year, not even talking about Hunter Luepke, I like what he brings to the table, but last year we had all nails and no hammer. You need that mixture. You need a hammer. You need a nail. Rico, nail. Slightly can be a hammer to a degree, but he's a nail. And then my guy Tiny Deuce Vaughn, a nail, right? He gonna be able to drive and get things going for us. Nate Pete, that's my dude. You know, I'm thinking that we didn't have a 4-3 running back in a long time. I ain't talking about the height, I'm talking about the speed. A 4.32 speed, come on with it, Cowboy Nation. And Malik Davis, he's in between that hammer and nail as well, but I think that he will be the guy with the short end of the stick. But you still break that pool stick right there, and you have those boys to fight it out. Ultimately, what Zeke going to bring to the table is people fail to realize you still got young, youthful offensive linemen. Zeke will be able to chip. He'll be able to be that protective Dak Prescott in short distance and short yardages. You will be able to utilize Ezekiel, Elijah Elliott. That's why they brought him in, so that they can't just go into this thing with unfamiliar territory with these guys with lack of experience. Remember this, write this down. A new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. If you think I'm lying, look back at the last year Miami's game. An old broom would have been able to punch it in. Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the past. We got it under 10 minutes, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. Salute. We out. Peace.